Alright, yo, what's up? It's your boy Hip Hop Gamer. Now listen, alright, I gotta get this out the way first. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Xbox reveal happened today. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get this out the way first, right? The first video that you guys saw from me today was my initial reaction video. You know what I'm saying? Because I see in the comment section a lot of people was talking about, the used game situation and stuff like that, and all those official details came out after that video was made. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that a lot of people were saying that I didn't know at the time of the reveal happening, because it was a live reaction to what I saw as it was happening, as you see in the video. So now that we got that out the way, here's my official overall analysis on what I think, not only about the reveal, but also the future, the comparisons, the PlayStation 4, everything. All right? Everything. It's about to go down right now. Listen, pay attention, it's on. All right? This is what we do. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, first off, in terms of the reveal overall and stuff like that, I understand why it'll leave a lot of gamers like, what the hell was this shit? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Because as a gamer, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I wanted to see way more stuff, just like y'all wanted to see it. But I understand where Microsoft is going. And this really shouldn't come as a surprise to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because leading up to, like, if you look at the Xbox 360 and the way it was evolving, the way they was adding all these applications and stuff like that, they was trying to move into that all-in-one entertainment system anyway. You know what I'm saying? This system right here officially proves what they've been trying to build with the 360 over the years. They want to be an all-in-one entertainment system. So gaming is not the first thing on their mind. You know what I'm saying? Everything is basically being split. You know, you got some games here, some TV there, some music here. You know, gaming is not the main focal point. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine if they want to go that route, because this reveal basically proved that very point, and they did a good job proving that point. But do I agree with it as a gamer? No, I really don't agree with it because this is your first time showing off your console. So the reason why Xbox exists is because of games. You know what I'm saying? When Xbox launched in 2001, it was the games that made Xbox a relevant brand today. So for you to shy away from that being the main reason every time you reveal a new console or whatever, that's not a good look overall. So I feel y'all on that, because I feel the same way. But overall, in terms of presentation and cool things that they could do with the system and stuff like that, in terms of making it better and all this other stuff, I see where they're going, and they did a good job of explaining it. But at the end of the day, it's all about games, and they really didn't hit the mark that we wanted to see. But in terms of my first initial reaction, I'm excited because the 15 exclusives that they talked about, whatever they end up being, I'm just happy to see that they do got something in the works exclusively. And the fact that they did show 2 games that was exclusive, even though they was trailers, you know what I'm saying? So they had a few highlights here and there, but overall, it was pretty mediocre. You know what I'm saying, in terms of the overall presentation. So now let's move into something else, right? Now, the whole Connect experience with Xbox TV and stuff like that. Now, here's my thing. With Xbox TV and the Connect experience, I that it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was real cool. You could do stretch all that stuff out, picture in picture. All that stuff is cool. It's easy to do. I get that. But the problem is, it's not a selling point. And when you reveal a system, you're supposed to reveal why you want it. Bottom line, you're supposed to reveal why you want it. And they spent too much time with Xbox TV and Connect and switching from channel to channel. I mean, all you did is show me a different way to do what I already do. And like I said, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I like saying Xbox, go here. Like, it's cool. It's nothing wrong with it. But it's not a selling point. You know what I'm saying? And if you're trying to be the all-in-one entertainment system and take over the living room, and you trying to do it from the casual standpoint first, instead of the core gamer standpoint, a lot of casual people is going to look at you and be like, I'm not paying $400, $500 just to talk to my TV. Like, I got a TV already. Let me just pick up the remote. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not a selling point at all. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't think that was a good highlight. I think it was more disappointing. And even though it worked and it was cool, it's not a selling point. And when you reveal something, it's the first impressions. Your first impression should make everybody want what you got. Then whatever you do after that, at least people know what you already coming with. And that didn't happen. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this. The actual controller, even though they make it like it looks a little different and stuff like that, I love the fact that they kept the core of the controller. You know what I'm saying? Because people love that Xbox controller. But I'm going to tell you this. The D-pad is crazy. Because finally, they designed it kind of like how the PlayStation is designed. Where it's spaced properly. And come on, everybody know good and well, playing Street Fighter on Xbox did not feel good. Like, you know, playing Mortal Kombat, all these fighting games mainly didn't really feel good on the Xbox, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing that they fixed, and I really like that, right? The next thing is the triggers, the rumble and the actual trigger. That right there sounds incredible. That sounds like it may be very interesting because using the shooters on Xbox already was great. You know what I'm saying? But if the actual shooting got more of a rumble, where it feels more like a kickback when you pull the trigger, yo, that right there alone could be a selling point. Because at the end of the day, you got to control what you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So that right there alone could be a selling point, especially for the shooters. And we all know Call of Duty was there. You know what I'm saying? So that right there should be a huge, huge selling point for them. And I think that's great that they did make a few changes. Even though you still got to use AA batteries, which is kind of dated, overall, the controller looked good. It looks comfortable, and a lot of people in the press have been saying that's been really good too. That got a chance to get their hands on it. So that was a plus for the actual event. I felt like that was a plus in terms of the controller. Okay, now we up to the trailers of the games. Here's where I feel Microsoft like dropped the ball. The trailers of the games look amazing. You know what I'm saying? Especially that Quantum Break or something like that. That joint right there looked like it could be something crazy. Like, that looked good. Forza looked good. And I don't care what nobody say. Having commentary in a racing game like that, the way they showed that trailer was exciting. Was exciting, yo. Seriously. That's 2. 3, when they showed Call of Duty and all this other stuff and how it looked and everything like that. You know, all these trailers and everything, it was good, but they didn't show any live real-time gameplay. And you had the box there. You had the official box there. And you didn't show no live real-time gameplay? What the, like, what are you thinking? Like, that right there to me was disappointing. They showed the EA Sports Ignite engine, all this other stuff. Why not show real live gameplay? See, people don't understand that this event was pushed back to May. It was supposed to be in April. They pushed this event back. So my thing is, you had to look at Sony and what they was doing to kind of help out what you was going to bring before E3 came. You know what I'm saying? And Sony press conference, they showed you live real-time gameplay. They showed you way more for the gamer. Microsoft did not do that. They show a whole bunch of trailers, and the trailers were good. So in my mind, I'm thinking that after I see the trailer, they're going to show some gameplay to follow up with the trailer. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't do it. So it leaves that suspense, like, do these games really look like that? Now, obviously, they could look like that. You know what I'm saying? They could look like that. But will they look like that? People always are skeptical. With Sony, you don't got to be skeptical. They showed you what they bringing. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like that. You feel me? So, you know, that's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? But I think that was a good portion of the reveal and a bad portion of the reveal at the same time. Because at least we saw some games and got a chance to see that there is some exclusives coming. But to see it that way, it was like a ripoff. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the gamer, you know? So that's the way I felt about that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about. Oh my God. This is the part, this wasn't in the actual reveal, but this is what, you know, we came to learn after all the interviews and people asking questions and things like that. The used game situation, that whole always online joint, yo, that joint is straight fucked up, yo. I'm sorry, I just had to come out and say, I had to call it what it is. It's messed up. It's horrible. Like, how the... Like, if I got a game right here, and I'm like, yo, son, you gotta try this joint out, son. You take it to your house, and you gotta pay again? Like, the company just got their money. Now you gotta pay again? Seriously? Like, you gotta, like, I mean, for real? You gotta pay again just to use it? And then I don't like the fact that you gotta mandatorily, you gotta install every single game on your hard drive. And you start out with a 500 gig. 500 gig may sound a lot, but Blu-ray disc takes up a lot of space. And these new games is gonna take up a lot of data. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I mean, if you think about Metal Gear Solid 4, PlayStation 3, you know, Hideo Kojima wanted to do more, and that was 50 gigs right there. Like, you kidding me? Like, seriously, that makes no sense whatsoever that I'm forced to install every single game on my hard drive. The reason why I have a disc is because sometimes I want to pop my disc in and play it from the disc. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me an option. You know what I'm saying? Don't just make me have to do it. I got tons of games. Look, I got a whole bunch of games here. I got a whole big PlayStation library right here. I got Wii U stuff I got mad games. All these games can't fit on no 500 gig joint. So eventually I'm gonna have to constantly delete and then reinstall whenever I want to go back to another. That's bullshit, man. Straight up. Like, that's straight bullshit. Like, that gets me mad. Like, that right there gets me mad, because that ain't right. I don't agree with that at all. Like, that's, especially for a gamer, that's, leave an option. Don't force that on me. Like, that's whack. That's whack. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is this. Xbox Live is not free. That is going to be a huge problem. But in terms of the reveal, when they was talking about Xbox Live and the future of it, I was getting hyped, dog. I was like, okay, they about to show some stuff. And then they was like, you know, the 300, they got like all these new servers that's going to make everything better and run better and faster and stuff. Like, I'm getting excited. I'm like, yo, it's about to go down. And they don't do no live demonstration of what Xbox Live is. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that E3 is going to be huge. You know what I'm saying? For them, they're going to show a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. But first impressions mean a lot. This is the reveal of your system. You got to treat this like it's E3. Don't just treat it like it's just some reveal you talking. You got to treat this moment just like it's E3, because this ties to E3, and the competition, your direct competition, already showed their cards and did a hell of a job doing it. So Xbox Live is not free. So what that means is that a lot of stuff we saw today, we probably gonna have to pay extra for on top of a subscription for Xbox Live. So you spending more and more money, and now with used game fees, you gotta spend money there. And yo, I don't know, man. Like, yo, I don't know. It's like, it's upsetting. It's upsetting because it's like, it was the gamers that gave Microsoft Xbox a platform to be significant in the industry, and now you move away from the gamers being the core of the industry you got successful in simply because of us. That's not smart. That's not smart. And if E3 don't tell us a different story, they're gonna have bad issues. They're going to have bad issues. And, yo, I love games. I love Xbox. I love what they're doing. They had a good reveal today. Don't get me wrong. They had a good reveal in terms of explaining what they're about. But do I agree fully with what they're about? I don't agree with it, because I feel that gaming should be the main, first and foremost thing, because you are targeting this thing for gamers. Everything else is the icing on the cake. But when you treat the icing on the cake more important than the actual cake, you know, eventually people gonna be like, well, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the icing is good and stuff, but I need, where's the meat in the situation? We want that meat, you know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy, man. Okay, another thing is this. 15 exclusives. Now, I know everybody, the first thing going through your mind is a lot of this stuff is going to be Connect only. A lot of this stuff going to be Xbox Live Arcade, and then a few of them will be AAA titles. Now, I can tell y'all this, and I heard this recently, like even right before the reveal, I heard this, and it's starting to leak out now too. But Killer Instinct is coming to the next Xbox. It will be exclusive, and that alone right there get anybody excited. That alone right there will be a system seller, in my opinion, as long as they pull it off right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to be great. That's a great addition to their exclusive lineup. But if they got exclusives like Killer Instinct and all this other stuff coming back, Perfect Dark, all these other things, if they got exclusives like that, then E3 is going to be very, very bright. That right there is a big plus in their reveal. I felt like that was the part where I really, really went crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, everything else with the whole fantasy football, all this stuff, that stuff is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we look at it like whatever. But when you home and you got your Xbox on and let's say you're looking for your remote and you could just talk to it. It's like, yo, I'm telling you, it does play a major part in terms of cool factor and having that instant streamability. That stuff is great. But at the end of the day, if you ain't reaching the core, none of that matters. None of that matters, man. These exclusives, they gotta do damage. Because not only do Sony got banging exclusives that people already know and follow for years, they got new exclusives that we never heard about. And in terms of the nostalgia in the industry, Sony is the king of exclusives. And they still got more coming. So even though Xbox got a whole lot coming, in terms of exclusives, we got to see how they're going to stack up, how they're going to fare, all this other stuff. So that remains to be seen, but E3 is coming. Now, the look of the box, a lot of people was telling me that seen it, they said it's huge, it's real big. I don't know if that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying, for it to be so big in the technology world where we're trying to get things a lot more condensed. But to me, it looked decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the finish on it in terms of like the way it looks in terms of like the finished design. It looks cool. But the thing is, to me, it's like, it looks very plain as well, like a big black box, literally. You know what I'm saying? It has a little sleekness to it because of the way they have the polish and the finish. But other than that, it's just a box. Connect, the same way. It's just a box. It looks like a nice home theater system or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It looks cool, but it's real big. It looks kind of bulky. It doesn't really look like a gaming system. You know what I'm saying? And that also fits in line with what they want to be, an all-around entertainment system. But once again, I don't think that's going to be their biggest selling point. You know what I'm saying? So we really have to wait and see, a little bit further in details. But in terms of the look, it's decent. You know what I'm saying? It's decent. Okay, the Halo TV series during the reveal, that could have been for something else. Like, seriously. Like, I mean, it's cool. Get excited. Halo fans everywhere. But for a reveal of a console, you could have sent an email out saying that's happening. Like, that, you know what I'm saying? That had, like, no real impact for the reveal. And when you revealing something, especially after your competitors don't reveal theirs, everything you do needs to be a powerful impact. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel. The next thing I want to say is this. Overall, like the actual conference, you know what I'm saying? Overall, it was a decent conference with a good focus of where Xbox want to go. But I truly feel, and this is truly the bottom line, I truly feel that Sony is in the driving seat. I really believe that Sony is going to really do major damage to the competition this generation. And there's a lot of pressure, more pressure than before on Microsoft to really have a great showing at E3. And I feel that with cloud computing and everything that Microsoft is doing, I think that if it's true that Microsoft Xbox gets better over time because of cloud computing, which falls in line with the articles I put out before about upgradable consoles and stuff. If the cloud computing could really make Microsoft that much better year after year in terms of right, so in terms of the overall cloud computing, how you could do that, all that stuff is crazy. Cause it's like if your system gets better as the time go by, That's an incredible advantage. But here's a problem. What if there's a situation where like a developer is utilizing something from the cloud to help the game out, but you don't have an internet connection, or your internet start messing up. You see what I'm saying? So there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's just crazy to see Xbox take this direction, and then the name Xbox One. Wasn't really feeling that name. Xbox Infinity would have been great, but there's still a lot of things that remain to be seen. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think their reveal was good in terms of what their future plans are, and if their future plans, well, not if their future plans is to be an all-in-one entertainment system, and I think they proved just that today, that they seriously are about the TV. They are about the way you use your TV and the functionality there. Gaming is a part of their overall entertainment hub and stuff, and that's basically it. One problem that I really feel they're gonna eventually run into is the fact that they got three operating systems running the Xbox, and all of that takes up 3 gigs. From what they said, the 3 gigs. So actually, they only got 5 gigs of RAM to utilize for gaming. Now, initially out the gate, the game's gonna look phenomenal. It's gonna look amazing. But eventually, in that first 2 years, Sony got 8 gigs of RAM unified for the entire system for gaming. And if I'm not mistaken, their OS only used 512 megabytes. So when you really think about it, Sony is not only in a better position to have, the better quality fidelity of games from an exclusive standpoint, but from a multi-platform standpoint, eventually, I think developers is going to start tapping into the PlayStation 4 a bit more, simply because that power is there for them to use. You see what I'm saying? And that right there may be a deal breaker, because at the end of the day, no matter how good Xbox One is in terms of an all-in-one entertainment system, the fact that Sony is at the core of all gamers and what we want, that's one, and pushing that forward, and the fact that when it comes to entertainment, Sony still has that element. Because bottom line is this: Xbox don't need to promote Facebook. Facebook promotes Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Xbox don't need to promote Netflix. Netflix promotes Netflix. So on PlayStation 3 being the number one machine that people watch Netflix on, which is crazy, people do that because the moment you see Netflix on a PlayStation, you know what Netflix is already. You know what it is. You know what it does. There's no need to promote that. But with Xbox, they making it their business to promote everything else just as well as they promote their games, when they don't need to do that. They really don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, one love and God bless, man. This is my official deep analysis on what I saw, what I heard in terms of after I got a chance to see a lot of interviews and what these executives were saying about the system. And I'm telling you, man, as much as I love what Xbox is trying to do, being that all-in-one entertainment system, the bottom line is Sony is still in the driver's seat, and until E3 come, they're going to be controlling everything. And when E3 come, that's when it's time to show and prove. If Sony continue to have a great showing like they did at their reveal, we all know who's probably going to win this holiday season. Xbox, they got a lot more to show and a lot more to prove to the core. You know what I'm saying? Are the fans that actually, help them get to where they at in terms of the significant position in the console war of market share. All right, so one love and God bless, man. Keep it gangster, man. All right, one.